Hello again and welcome back to another one. And today we have a couple of topics to cover, from one that shows that the Gen Zers who were crying online after Eminem's latest album dropped were pretty much hit dogs hollering who knew they were guilty of trying to cancel the rapper over the years, as we got a spicy report from Luminate that paints a very different picture, contrary to the viral claims about Eminem's audience as seen on platforms like TikTok. As we all remember when users went viral claiming they never cared about Eminem or cared enough to push to cancel the rapper, a narrative that we've shut down in previous videos, as we even got receipts when calls were made for Eminem to be arrested over lyrics on Medicine Man, and we'll expand on this in a moment, and prepare to be shocked if you fell for the false narratives. And today we also have more that's come from Jaguar Wright's appearance on Piers Morgan, and we called it, as during our coverage of the story we stated this, and I quote, "Perhaps now that allegations have hit a popular platform like Piers Morgan, perhaps we'll finally hear from Jay-Z and Beyonce." And we got an update just hours ago that shows this has happened, and we'll be exploring more on this in a moment, including how social media is taking it so far. And today we have more from Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, who's been speaking out for years, and he got a chat with Biggie's mom to get her view on his quest to expose Diddy, and it sounded like she was telling him to continue doing what he's doing, as you'd see, although this is open to interpretation. And speaking on Diddy, we got a reaction from 50 Cent, as one of Diddy's accusers looks to have been exposed. We are talking about the one who also accused Big Joe, like we covered a few days ago. The plot continues to thicken, that's for sure. And we even got an update on the possible nature of the baby oil that the feds confiscated from Diddy's property. And yes, we have an update on the out-of-left-field clash between Joe Budden and DDG that we covered in a previous video.
You know the DDG I know? That was Jake the Snake's finishing move.
It's the DDT.
Whatever. I'm very happy that they have broken up, so I don't get to keep seeing this name attached to this girl's name when I don't know him for nothing as a standalone.
And before we get started, if you enjoy content like this, hit the like button and subscribe for more. And starting out with the quick update on Joe Budden versus DDG. On the No Ordinary podcast, DDG decided to go off on Joe Budden. Check out a snippet of how it went.
You know how this works, Joe Budden, so I don't want to cuss too much. You don't really know who you talking to for real. I ain't coming on here to say I'm gonna whoop your ass. I will whoop your ass. Don't get it fucked. I'll beat the shit out of you. I'm coming here to say you talking to a real social media legend, somebody that put their family in position to win, somebody that entertained them for years. In music, I got way more accolades than you in music, and I'm doing way better than you in life in general. I'm 26 and you're 44. I didn't know who Joe Budden was until he sat next to Academics.
He got a cheerleader song.
Cheerleader song.
He made a cheerleader song. Like, come on, like,
pump it up.
Like, you be dancing to that motherfucker with what?
Up. Went gold in 20 years. 20 years? It took you 20 years to go gold? I got 3 gold records and 1 double platinum. And I'm nowhere. This man is old enough to be my uncle, my pops. Like, this is an old man.
OG. He OG.
He ain't OG to me. You didn't get no respect from me, but he like an old dude. Man has 1 plaque in his home. 1 plaque.
That's the only one you got?
The only one he got. He been waiting at the mailbox for 20 years to get. Glad you mentioned my name. You don't know who you messing with. I'm Mr. Monetizer, okay? I'm gonna find out everything about you. I could really dig deep. All them old people on that podcast know who I am, and no disrespect to the woman, but you a part of the group. All y'all old folks know who I am. Quit acting like y'all don't know who I am. You know his son like my age. I did a little research. You a deadbeat dad.
I know he ain't.
He a deadbeat dad, bro.
Wait.
Yes, he's a deadbeat dad.
And he was talking on your situation with your baby mama?
Yes,
why?
I'm the best dad in the world. He's a deadbeat. I have no respect for deadbeats,
wait.
bro. Like, it's just like, I just don't have respect for deadbeats. You the type of old nigga that be DMing 18-year-olds and shit. Little weird ass nigga. Yeah, he one of them little old niggas. I ain't see him put his son in position where he got a platform. He wanted to give it to his own blood, his own baby.
We'll show you how to make a YouTube channel, dog.
can't respect him. As a matter of fact, Joe Budden's son, come on the podcast, bro. And I might throw you a little bag or something. I know your daddy
On
ain't
some
giving you
real
no
shit.
money. Your daddy ain't supporting you in no way, shape, or form. I know the child support is over now. It's like, nigga, come on here, man. I'll throw you a little bit of
And since this all started over the fact that Joe Budden was glad that he broke up with Halle Bailey, who is popular for starring as Disney's Little Mermaid, this sparked reactions like, I'm no Joe Budden fan, but bro fumbled a Disney princess, not one who works as one on weekends, but a real Disney princess. This guy is gonna be hurting for the rest of his life. Now, we don't know who called off the relationship, but they are linked for life, seeing as they just had a kid, and some believe Joe Budden just used him for clout. Joe always finessing the young guys to promote him for free in different demographics. Whether DDG is a legend or not, I don't know. He like 20 years younger than me, never heard a song, never saw a skit, just seen him cause of his girl. Not dissing, just saying. And if this is true, then this is pretty much a battle of the clout chasers. Who comes out on top? Tune in for the next episode. And moving on, 50 Cent was quick to react after this report hit the web from TMZ that revealed one of Diddy's accusers, Thalia Graves, allegedly tried to get her ex-boyfriend to corroborate her claims in exchange for millions of dollars. Check it out from TMZ's report. TMZ has seen a November 2023 text exchange between Thalia and the man who was her boyfriend, and in it she reveals she's planning to sue Diddy because he's the one that has the money. It also appears she offers to give the boyfriend $3 million if he agrees to back her version of the alleged events after asking him to attest he's seen the alleged video of the incident. The actual text reads, "What do you need? $3 million?" And according to TMZ, her ex confirmed the validity of the text message, and 50 Cent took to X to react, laughing emoji, caught this woman lying, LOL. And some have added, we knew this was gonna happen. Diddy probably guilty as sin, but I want him rung up for legit charges, not these gold-digging liars. And if you recall, Diddy's former bodyguard, Big Joe, vehemently denied ever seeing Thalia Graves.
It's a lie on me. That's all I'm saying. I don't know this lady from anywhere.
You've never met her.
Never in my life.
He's talking about this woman, Thalia Graves, who appeared at a highly promoted news conference last week with attorney Gloria Allred.
She confused me because she kept saying, "Are you Big Joe?" I said, "You're on my Instagram."
And some have added, I hope this doesn't F up anything for real victims. And moving on, we got to hear from Piers Morgan, who had Jaguar write on Piers Morgan Uncensored, and he revealed that Jay-Z and Beyonce's team reached out to him to shut it down. Check out the snippet.
Well, last week I interviewed Jaguar Wright, who's made claims about Diddy for years. Those claims had already received a lot of attention in the media across many platforms for many years. And that's the thing about platforms. The reality of the modern world is that pretty much everyone has a platform as long as they have something to say that other people want to hear. That's why we invited her on to be interviewed. The people making these claims have an audience with or without shows like mine. Well, Jaguar Wright unexpectedly made several serious allegations about Jay-Z and Beyonce during that interview. As I said in the moment, they were not present to respond or defend themselves, but now they have. Their lawyers contacted us to say that those claims were totally false and have no basis in fact, and we've therefore complied with the legal request to cut them from the original interview. Editing interviews is not something we do lightly at a show called Uncensored. Like the proverbial cries of fire in a crowded theatre, there are legal limits on us too, and we apologise to Jay-Z and Beyonce.
And some believe, funny how they can issue this towards Piers, but Jaguar has yet been served for defamation. They know who to play with. Loudly crying emoji. But some users are left asking, so why they don't sue Jaguar Wright? I mean, she's the source, but some believe it is because she's got no money. But to be fair, some of her videos do go viral, and she's showing no signs of slowing down. And it would be interesting to see how this develops in the future. And moving on, before we get to Gene Deal's chat with Biggie's mom about his quest exposing Diddy all these years, we got to find out from one of the lawyers representing a Diddy accuser, about the possible nature of the baby oil found in Diddy's possession by the feds. Check out a snippet from News Nation explaining this.
Can you talk a little bit about the baby oil? I think people just think it's baby oil, but you are claiming that there may be something else in that.
Yes, so in the suit, there is a part where Mr. Combs is threatening her with a knife and makes her take off her clothes. And then he takes what she believes is some type of liquid substance out of a bag. He squirts it at her, and she originally thought it was like acid, but then she realized that it was some type of lubricant or oil. She actually didn't specify even baby oil. She just said he just started squirting it at her after she was covered in this oil. That's when the attack began with Mr. Combs and then the friend. And then in between the two of them, she said over the course of this, her body gotten more and more limp, and she couldn't figure out essentially what was causing it, because it wasn't as if she was forced any drugs. She said she had a cup of water that she took a sip of, and she knew immediately it wasn't just water, but she only took a sip. And she felt that whatever the liquid was being squirted on her had something in it which essentially debilitated her and her faculties. So I've done some internal research after I had my intake with my client, and it seems that oil in general is used as a conduit for specific drugs, like for instance GHB. So in order to get that to topically take into somebody's body, you need a conduit, which is typically oil. So it seems to me that there were some types of drugs mixed into the oil, which is why he was dousing her in that oil prior, not only to make it easier to assault her, but that was what was lowering her defenses.
And while many users went off with takes like, "This dude is so treacherous, he's using methods that aren't even documented officially," but this story also led to some more questions, like something's not adding up. If the oil was spiked to debilitate her, wouldn't the alleged assaulter also be affected by making contact with the same oil in the process? And this continued to be a recurrent question in reaction to the allegations in the video. Diddy's a piece of crap, and I believe a lot of the allegations against him, but I'm confused by this. If someone squirts oil on someone else's body so they will go limp, won't the attacker be paralyzed as well from the skin-to-skin contact? The plot continues to thicken, that's for sure, and we have a myriad of unanswered questions, and hopefully more comes to light over the next few days. And we got Gene Deal out here feeling vindicated as he believes he's got Biggie's mom's approval when they had a brief conversation as seen on Paperwork Party Season 6. Check out a snippet.
Ms. Wallace, Gene want to say hi to you real quick before I get off the phone with Gene. Here go Ms. Wallace.
Hey, Ms. Wallace, Gene Deal.
Oh, hi, Gene. How are you?
All right, man. You know I ain't seen you since I came to your house and had that conversation with you. How you been? You all right?
I've been okay. I've been watching you on Facebook.
I'm sorry, Ms. Wallace. I'm sorry I had to do what I had to do, but you know, it is what it is.
I know you do.
Thank you, Ms. Wallace. Like I told people, I said if Ms. Wallace would have called me and told me to shut it down, I would have shut it down. Ms. Wallace ain't called. She knew how to get in touch with me. If Ms. Wallace didn't tell me to shut it down, I'm going to keep doing it because I respect you, Ms. Wallace.
Do what you do.
Thank you, Ma. I appreciate you.
What you do.
All right. Hey, Ms. Wallace, I love you. I want you to get some rest, okay? So go ahead and get you some rest, all right?
Thank you so much, honey.
You hear what she just said?
What's up?
She said she be watching me. Go ahead and do what you do. Did you hear that? Motherfuckers that don't give a fuck about it. Nigga, all you just heard it from Big's mama.
And the reactions are split so far, as on one end some are asking, is this validation? I heard, do what you do, and some believe it is. Miss Wallace just stamped ish. But what is your take on this? Did that sound like approval to you? And moving on, after thousands of Gen Zers on platforms like X and TikTok fired back at Eminem after he dropped his latest album when they claimed they don't care about him and they never tried to cancel him. Well, we got a latest report that hit X that paints a very different picture when it comes to real-world data, as Lemonade's report shows that in fact when it comes to the Gen Z audience, Eminem is the #1 rapper as we speak. It goes top 10 Gen Z audience, and Eminem is top 3 based on music consumption and social data for the third quarter of 2024. And as you can see, M gained 4 points this quarter. We see the concept of the vocal minority play out in real time, since viral TikTokers claimed they don't listen to M, only for the data to show M ranked #1 in hip-hop for the Gen Z audience. Crazy. And overall in the third quarter, Eminem is also ranked #1 hip-hop artist and #6 overall, based on music consumption and social data. And in the top 25, we got Eminem at #6 and Drake at #14. They are the only rappers to make the top 25. That will be all for today, and I'll be looking forward to your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next one.